This is Wednesday 13, and you're listening to Collision.
How are you today?
I'm good. I've been doing interviews for the past little bit, so been talking about myself.
Do you find that strange, or are you used to it now?
I'm used to it now.
And I guess you're putting yourself in the Wednesday 13 character at the time and selling the band more than yourself when you do it.
I don't really think there's much of a difference between the Wednesday 13 character and who you speak to. Maybe on stage I'm a little more amped up and a little more in the zone, but there's not too much of a difference. I don't separate it that much.
Right. Well, you were just in Australia recently, earlier this year, and now you're coming back for an acoustic tour in 2017.
Yes, this is correct.
Do you do a lot of the acoustic tours, or is this something new you're starting on?
No. This is the third time I've kind of tried to do the acoustic thing. Basically, in 2014, I released an acoustic record called Undead Unplugged, and then I did a 10-date Unplugged tour in the UK, and it went over fantastic. It was great. And then at the end of the year, I did a couple of shows just on the West Coast here, like in Los Angeles and Seattle. So when it was trying to plan out next year's touring schedule, and I have a brand new album coming out, hopefully around April, and so I was trying to find what I could do in the meantime instead of taking all those months off, and it was perfect time to do the Unplugged thing. So I'm doing that in the States in January, here in the U.S., do the UK in February, and then we finish up in March in Australia, and then our full band tour will start with the new album in April.
I was going to ask, actually, how much of the band is coming out here with you for the acoustic tour?
The acoustic tour is normally, first time I did it, I brought my two guitarists with me, so we were three of us to play, but now we stripped it down. It's just me and my guitarist. So we play all the Wednesday stuff, and I play everything basically from my entire career, my catalog from the beginning to the end, and it's just really stripped down. It's nothing like the show we just did back there in April with the full band. It's not makeup and costumes. It really is a stripped down, intimate storytellers sort of thing. I tell stories about the songs. I take questions from the audience, and it's an evening with. So it's just it's a lot of ground to cover. But the show's about 2 hours long or a little bit longer, but it's a lot of fun. It's went over great in the UK, and I think it's going to go over great in Australia and the US as well.
Sounds like a very intimate, sit-down, interactive experience with your fans.
Yeah, and it's something that I don't think a lot of people expect from what I do. It's certainly not something that people expect to hear an acoustic set from my kind of music, but it actually does work. So I write a lot of these songs acoustically in the very beginning, so I know some songs don't work, of course, but there's a lot that do, and it's really cool to strip them down into that format, and it goes over well. Once we start playing some of these songs, everyone in the whole place is singing along, and it's a really cool feeling just to strip it down to that and still have everyone sing along and it sound good.
Yeah. I was going to ask, actually, if this is sort of taking the songs back to the writing process. Is that how you write with the guitarist?
Yeah, it definitely just, that's another cool thing, too. It basically you can see the origin of the song and how it was wrote in the very beginning. So, that's just where I get my ideas from. When I write songs, I go, oh, cool, and then I kind of visualize it in my head and go, oh, how's this going to sound with the full band? So, I think it's interesting for the fans. I mean, at least fans in the UK, where we've played the shows the most, they seem to love the shows. And, I have people tell me that they've seen our band over the past 10 years, a dozen times, and that the acoustic shows are their favorite.
Yeah.
Just because I can cover everything and it's just a more intimate, it's almost like a live meet and greet.
I guess like with your fans and that, you're putting the human side on Wednesday 13, like you said, without all the makeup and theatrics and that, people get to see who you really are.
Yeah, it strips it down and it shows that it's not just gimmicks and stuff. That there is songs there and they can be played. And, I can perform without jumping around and, as my mom says, acting like an idiot on stage. So, it's cool. It's really, it's rewarding too to be able to go and play in front of a lot of people and do an acoustic show and play for that long and entertain everybody, just having it stripped down that raw. So that's very rewarding at the end to go, wow, cool, we did that. And it's just fun. It's a different atmosphere than our normal full band shows, and it's something fun that I'm glad I started doing a couple of years ago, and I think it's just something that's why I want to bring it to Australia. I want to get it in the U.S. People can see, so it'll catch around, and that way I can kind of do both throughout the year. Whenever I'm not doing the full band, I can always do the acoustic thing here or there, and it's fun.
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
When you said you're going to be doing songs from your whole catalogue, that includes Murder Dolls and Frankenstein Drag Queen songs?
Yeah, these acoustic shows, it's cool. I can cover pretty much everything, and from the beginning up until what I'm doing right now. So it's really cool to be able to do that.
It sounds to me like it's something that now that you've started doing it, it's something maybe that you feel you even need to do.
Yeah, I think it's fun. It definitely keeps me on my toes. I think it's fun. I love doing both. Because I don't get to play guitar with the full band anymore, so it's always cool with these acoustic shows. So I get to play guitar again for a bit. So yeah, it's fun for me. If it wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, no, it does. It sounds like it's not just fun, but special for you. And I guess it helps, with the boredom. You don't want to be doing the same thing over and over again. So this is something to break it up.
It also connects. I get to connect with the fans too. It's just, you play a 2.5 hour show and you take 20 questions and fans leave and go, man, I got to see that guy play for 2 hours and he answered my questions, and it was just like a full on personal concert,
Bourbon Crow, who are coming with you, are they American or Australian?
Bourbon Crow is my side project, and that's what I'm including in the middle of our Unplugged sex as an evening with. It's basically my drinking country project I do on the side that I've had for about a decade now. So basically in the middle of our acoustic set, I bring out my partner from Bourbon Crow, and we do a Bourbon Crow set in the middle of our set.
So you don't get a break?
No.
That's the way you love it, obviously.
Well, kind of. Whenever the Bourbon Crow set kind of got, it's sort of a break because I don't sing all the songs, so I kind of get a little break. But that's something cool too. I've never had Bourbon Crow tour outside the U.S., so it's our first time in Australia. And last time we were there in April with the Wednesday 13 shows, there was a ton of people wearing Bourbon Crow shirts and begging for it to come there. So I think it's going to be well received. It's going to be fun.
I guess you're not going to have anyone else playing with you outside of yourselves and Bourbon Crow.
Yeah, it's just basically just an evening with. It's pretty much, if it's done the way it's been in the UK, it's pretty much doors are open for a half hour after doors, and then we come on stage and we pretty much play for until they tell us to stop. Sometimes we've played sometimes for 3 hours, we play for 2 hours, we play 2.5 hours. It differs every night because it's so spontaneous. I could take a question from the audience that could go on for 15 minutes, so I never know sometimes how long the shows are going to be. But in Australia and the UK, it's an evening with. There aren't any opening bands or anything.
Yeah, I was going to say that's some part of the interactive nature of it. Like, the more interactive people are with you, the longer the show's going to go.
Yeah.
So get your questions ready and definitely get your tickets to see Wednesday 13 on the Dead Unplugged Down Under Acoustic Tour. Also Wednesday 13 in Bourbon Crow playing on that tour. Thursday the 23rd of March you're in Brisbane. Friday the 24th you're in Sydney. And Saturday the 25th you are at the Corner Hotel in Melbourne. And it sounds like it's going to be really awesome, actually, and just an experience.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Is there something that you want to say to your Australian fans?
I always say thank you for all the support and all the years, and we're going to give you a good show. This is a really cool version of what I do, and I'm so excited bringing it to Australia. So get ready.
Thank you so much. It has been great talking to you again. And actually, you are facebook.com/official Wednesday 13 and your website is officialwednesday13.com. And I really look forward to these shows. They sound really, really cool.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll definitely have to come up and say hi.
Yeah.
It is great talking to you. I hope you have a great day, and I do hope I'm sure we'll get to chat again sometime.
Awesome. We'll see you then.
Thank you very much. Bye.
All right. Bye.